Howdy folks, this is RC Mountain Bike here, and today I'll be building an RC boat. So first, I'm going to just show you the parts that I'll be using for my boat. This is my transmitter. I got it off of Amazon for 30 bucks, and it came with the receiver as well, not too high end. And this is the drive shaft. It'll go through the bottom of the boat down there. And this is the rudder. It's used for steering. It'll go right behind the drive shaft. This is my battery. It's a LiPo battery, 3300 milliamp hour 3S. And this is my brushless motor. It's 3600 kV. And this is a micro servo. It will move the rudder back and forth. And this is my 40 amp brushless ESC. So now I'm just going to put a hole through the bottom of the boat for the rudder here. And that easy. So now I'm going to put the rudder through the hole and tighten it down. I got this rudder off of Amazon for about $10. And so now I'm going to put a hole for the drive shaft. Hope I get it straight. So that was good. And it'll and now I'm going to put the shaft through the hole in the bottom. And tighten it down. And on the shaft, the end is flexible where the motor will be, right where I'm tightening it, so that I can have the motor like pointing like this instead of like this. So it doesn't really matter where the motor is, except it'll vibrate more if it's not straight going through. And now I'm going to go back to the rudder. And I'm going to put the servo will go right here, but now I'm going to make a metal thing that will connect the servo and the rudder. Now that I finished that wire that I just bent up, that's connecting the servo to the rudder, I'm just going to super glue the servo down. And since this top part of the servo can come off, I can slide that up to put on the wire onto the rudder. Hopefully I get it in the right spot. So you can see I just super glued it down right there. And so the servo right here will just move back and forth, and it will turn that, which goes through the bottom, and it will just direct the water going one way or the other, and that will steer the boat. And oh, my metal thing came out. But now that it's drying, I'll start to connect the motor. Now that I'm ready to put the motor into the boat and attach it to the drive shaft, what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this thing that will hold the motor. I'm going to screw it into this one, and then I'll put the motor inside of this. I'll screw it down and then super glue it into the boat and attach it to the drive shaft. And these parts I 3D printed. Make sure to comment to tell if you'd like to see more videos about 3D printing. So I'll just start screwing those together then. I don't know if you saw when I was screwing on the motor holder thing, the round part here to the bottom part, the screws were sticking out too much, so the motor couldn't go in. So I glued it down, but it was backwards, and so I had to take it off and put it in the right way. So now I'll just, I guess, super glue it, or I'll actually hot glue it down to here. Or first, I'll just attach the motor to the drive shaft. And for that bottom part, that took about 2 hours to print on my printer, my 3D printer. And the top, it took about an hour, 45 minutes. So that was quick, but so now I've done that. I'm just gonna super glue this down instead of hot glue it down instead of super gluing it. And hope it stays. That should be enough. I'll add some more just in case on the edges. Since I've finished putting everything in now, I'm just going to demonstrate that it works. And here's the steering. And make sure to comment below to tell if you'd like to see more videos about 3D printing, or RC boats, or planes, or about mountain bikes. And make sure to subscribe too. Thanks for watching.